see men lowering and lowering their standards. Fellas in the chat, are your standards lower or higher than they were 5 years ago? Now, and you kind of see this when I interview men over time, right? I'll interview guys like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And they just, there's an interesting thing when you interview 1,000 people. I get to see men in all walks of life. So I'll see them in their bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, like early 20s, where they're very hopeful and they think that they're going to be special and different. Occasionally, there is a guy who is special and different, but remember, just because I want it to be true doesn't mean I think it will. Okay, so this is the original. Then the men start to get into relationships, maybe hookups at some point, late 20s, early 30s. And at this point, they get jaded and they start to lose hope. They'll be dating a woman, they'll think everything's going fine. And then 2 days later, she dumps him out of nowhere. He's like, I didn't see this coming. Or maybe some guys have the experience where they hook up with a bunch of girls and they don't even want relationships. He's like, I thought you ladies just want sex. And they're like, yeah. And he's like, you don't want to hang out? No. And I don't know. This is what the guys tell me, right? I don't date women. This is just the feedback I get from the men. And then they get a little bit older. And as they go through these phases, you see them young list, she can't have tattoos. She's got to, be super pure. She's got to come from a 2-parent home. And then they get older and they get burned a couple times. They're like, I just want someone who's nice. I just want her to not nag. I just want her to, the bar was on the floor 5 years ago. And women, we just have a tendency to take advantage of men's kindness. And now there's fat women talking about how they get hot men. And this is what I mean when I say there is always somebody. A lot of you guys have a fantasy of it not working out for women. And to be fair, a lot of women it won't. But if I've been convinced of anything in my life, is there's always a simp. Always, always, always. Unfortunately. And we're going to look at this right now.
Can fat girls date hot guys? The answer is 100% unequivocally yes. Because I landed one. And I don't want you to feel like if you are fat that you are a fetish. Because you're just a person. You're a person just like a skinny girl is a person. You have personality. You have beauty. You have style. You have finesse. Just like a skinny girl does. So don't feel like anybody's out of your reach because they're not. Like I landed some hot model looking guy. I don't know how.
Again, this is the dream. This is the dream for women. You're going to see. This is women's dream is to date a guy completely out of their league. So if women have a guy they feel like is in their league, we're not too nice to them. And the men just keep having to go lower and lower and lower or die alone, either or.
Oh, because everybody, including my own mother, told me I would never get anybody less than a fat person. You know what she used to say to me? If you just lost like 100 pounds, you're pretty now, but if you lost 100 pounds, you'd be a knockout. And then you could get a really good looking guy. And that's a horrible thing to tell people.
Her mom sounds honest. I think I'd like her mother.
Because that ruined my self-esteem for a really long time, thinking I'd never be able to get anybody. And she was 100% wrong. Because I got literally like the hottest guy in the world, and I'm 100 pounds heavier than him, 150 pounds heavier than him. And he loves me as I am. And it's not a fetish. It's because he loves who I am as a person. And you are worth it, and you are worthy, and you are beautiful, and you can hear my children crying.
Now, this is called a woman who got lucky. Look, some women just pull, there's some women, I don't know what they do. They just pull it off, right? It'll be a woman. You think there's George Clooney's wife, right? That's why women love George Clooney's wife. She was just she was 35. She even said, I figured I was going to be a spinster forever. And somehow she landed George Clooney. Now, how did she do it? I don't know. But some women, right place, right time, and they just get lucky. They just get lucky. And then the lucky ones like her, dating a guy with a 6-pack as a morbidly obese. I mean, like, would you accept that? What do you think? Would you thumbs up or thumbs down? Would you accept? Would you date her?
Fetish. It's because he loves who I am as a person. And you are worth it, and you are worthy, and you are beautiful, and you can hear my children crying. But you know what? You can land anybody you want to.
Yeah, someone said, who ignores a crying child? She's like going on TikTok instead of tending to her kid. Well, guys, we have the worst marketing. You know, you guys keep me employed forever, but this is the worst marketing. Let's bring up Donovan Sharpe, friend of the show, the author of Womanese, you know, the revolutionary red pill content creator that took the time of interpreting what we mean by everything we say. Welcome to the show, Donovan.
Hey, Pearl, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Okay, it's a fat woman talking about how she landed a guy with a six-pack. So, and she's telling the fat women all over to never settle. And that if people say that she said her mother told her to lose 100 pounds to get a hot guy, and she said that she would be alone forever if she didn't lose weight. And she said, and the fat woman said that it was wrong of her mom to say that because now she got a guy with a six-pack.
Oh my God.
So
okay, here we go.
So what's happening? How does that happen? I thought the men like fit, feminine, and friendly. How is this fat woman living the dream?
Well, did she? Let's get a couple of things straight here. Did she show you a picture of the guy that she got?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, and it's verified that she's actually with this guy. It's not just some random picture she took off the internet. Like this dude is actually.
Oh, see, this is why I have to bring the men in. Let me see. I think it is, but I'd have to stalk her page a little more.
I'm not saying that it's impossible, but anytime a woman comes on and says, "Hey,"
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but he's there. I saw it. Yeah, wow.
Okay, so he's there, and he really does have a six-pack.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is hilarious. Isn't it interesting how women call men super shallow and we only think with our eyes and this and that and the other, yet the only good thing about this man is that he has a six-pack. So because he has a six-pack, that automatically means he's high value. The fact that this man is with a woman that looks like that means that he is inherently low value. Him having a six-pack doesn't mean anything. Okay. And it's interesting. Like there's a saying out there, six packs on a skinny guy is like the same thing as a fat woman with big boobs. It doesn't count. Right. Of course you have a six pack. You're skinny. Of course you have big boobs. You're fat. Mm-hmm. Well, the same thing could be said about men of value and men of low value. If this dude had any value whatsoever, he would not be with a woman that does not represent him well physically. Okay. So you've got a six pack, but you're with an overweight woman, an overweight, probably obese woman. Why couldn't you get a woman who is more fit? And the reason why he can't get a woman who's more fit is that there is something about him that turns off fit women. That's what it is. Maybe he's, who knows? Maybe he's broke. Maybe he has bad breath. Maybe he has bad hygiene, whatever the case may be. The only thing we know about this guy is that he has a six-pack. So she's telling all of the overweight women, go out and get a guy with a six-pack. I defied the odds. I can tell you with damn near 100% certainty, this six-pack that this dude has, that's probably the only redeeming quality he has. Otherwise, he would be with a woman who looks better.
Yeah, and maybe, too, she was just right place, right time, and he was tired.
Yeah, that could be it, because, look, I'll be honest with you. As a man,
she makes a good mom. I'm tired. Fine.
Yeah. And here's the thing. How old? Now, this is funny. We laugh, but that might actually be what it is. There is something about this guy that is preventing him from getting with women who look better than she does. She knows what those qualities, she knows that he is lacking in those qualities. But what she wants you to think is that because he has a six-pack, he is high value. It's almost the same thing as girls saying, I'm beautiful. I'm a 9 out of 10. I'm fit. I've got a great body. That just because a woman looks good does not mean that she is high value.
Yeah. So the next story, guys, that I did bring on Donovan to talk about, because this is erupting the manosphere, and this is the main topic today. So Travis Hunter is in trouble, right, Donovan?
He is in big trouble.
So tell me why you initially thought he was in trouble.
The reason why I initially thought he was in trouble is because Travis Hunter, for those of you guys who are not aware of who Travis Hunter is, Travis Hunter recently won. He is a wide receiver who also plays defense. He plays for the University of Colorado. The head coach of Colorado is, of course, Deion Sanders. Yes, that Deion Sanders, Hall of Fame cornerback from the NFL. His best friend on the team is Shedeur Sanders, who happens to be Deion's son. And so Travis Hunter recently just won the Heisman Trophy. And the reason why Travis Hunter is in trouble is because he is with a woman who is clearly going to destroy his life. She is giving us signs at every turn that she is going to take advantage of this guy. Here's the problem. Travis Hunter doesn't understand what his value is. The girl that he's with, Leanna, she knows what his value is, but she is doing her level best to make sure he doesn't understand what his value truly is. This is how she has him under control. There are so many elements about this relationship that screams red flag. And here's the thing, Pearl. It's not just us in the manosphere who are telling Travis, hey, man, you need somebody else. It's feminists. It's women. It's the boss babes. Well, they're like, well, wait a minute. Like, I'm all pro girl, but Travis, she ain't it. When women are warning you about the kind of woman that you shouldn't be marrying, maybe you should start listening to them.
And so they've been dating for a while, right? So they initially dated either in high school or college. I think it was college.
No, they didn't date in high school or college. He was in high school and she was in college when they started dating.
Oh, she's older than him too.
I
missed that part.
Yes, she is. She is at least a year or two older than him. And so the story goes, if you guys have watched the videos, is Travis Hunter, when he was a senior in high school, slid into her DMs. She went on record saying, well, he wasn't my type. Then she gives us this BS story about how they went to a party and all of a sudden they fell in love. Here's what happened. Travis Hunter slid into her DMs. She had no idea who he was until one of her friends said, wait a minute, that's Travis Hunter. Wait, who? Travis Hunter. That's the 5-star recruit that turned down Florida State to go and play for Deion Sanders at Jackson State University. Probably going to be a first-round draft pick. That's when he all of a sudden became her type. And so she wants everyone to believe, they're putting out this narrative that they're high school sweethearts, as though to imply that she was with him before he got famous. There's a better example of this is Patrick and Brittany Mahomes. Brittany Mahomes met Patrick Mahomes when they were in middle school. That's why he's married to her now. So this idea that they were high school sweethearts and she's not there to take advantage of him, that's BS, because she did not respond to his DMs until she found out exactly who he was.
And I'm going to show the audience the initial TikTok that went viral. So they weren't really in the public spotlight until she had some behavior that just was really bad. And it made everyone in media kind of say, like, who is that? And one of the initial videos was her not standing up for the Heisman Trophy when he got it.
That's actually one of the latest ones. The ones before that are even worse.
Yeah, let me show them the Heisman and then we can bring up the other ones. Okay. There's him getting the Heisman Trophy and she's not getting up.
There you go. And you see Deion Sanders has to tell her to stand up.
Yeah, that's so bad. That's so bad. What was the other one? There
are a couple more. There is now what brought her to national prominence, and there's the Hard R podcast. Shout out to Donovan Sharpe. The actual video that brought her into the national spotlight is a game after the Colorado Buffaloes defeated the Oklahoma Sooners. It was either Oklahoma or Oklahoma State. I can't believe I don't remember. Well, Travis Hunter had Leanna arm in arm. They're walking through the crowd after this game. Everyone's like, good game, this and that, and the third, celebrating the win. He's got her in the arm. He's trying to kiss her. He's trying to have like the celebratory kiss. Hey, we just won this big football game.
Coach Prime.
Yeah, there it is right here. This is it. Here. Wow, good call. There it is.
Let me pull it up. So this is
an incredible last memory of taking the field with his sons, Shedeur and Shiloh, here at Folsom Field at home.
Well, let me ask you a question, Pearl, just to put this into context. Who is, and I know you don't follow sports, at least not as far as I know, what professional athlete, who are you a big fan of? Like what professional athlete, if you could marry a pro athlete right now, who would you date if you could right now?
I can't answer that question.
So let's just say, no, I got you. Let's just say that you happen to be dating Michael Jordan. Okay. You know what? Let's go a little bit further. Let's say you were dating LeBron James.
Okay.
Tall, good-looking guy. Let's say after he wins a basketball game, blah, 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 he's with you arm in arm and he tried, would you not be happy for him?
Oh yeah, of course. Like, why would you
be happy for him?
Because you're happy that he's being like he's successful, right? And you're like you want
That's
him to win.
That's exactly right. Now, let's just say that LeBron James 10 minutes ago goes up for an underpass alley-oop dunk, right? The crowd goes wild. He comes down, he does the flex, and let's say another cheerleader from another team came up and tried to holler at him. He's like, "Nah, baby girl, I can't do that." And he kind of playfully flirts with him. What
Yeah.
would you think of that?
I mean, I would just like, what do you expect? It's LeBron James.
Exactly.
You know, so it's not like
point is,
you like it, but you shouldn't make it a big deal because like
that's exactly right.
if you date the top guy, like what do you then date someone that doesn't get attention? Like what do you want it all? Like
That's 100% right. And that's why one of many reasons this woman is wrong for Travis. Her ego is too big.
yeah.
For her to expect, and the reason why allegedly she had that reaction that you all just watched is because I think it was like in the second or third quarter, Travis Hunter had a catch like by the Oklahoma sideline. And apparently he had an interaction with a cheerleader. They were smiling at each other, blah, 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 blah. That apparently is what Leanna was upset about. This woman's ego is so out of control. God forbid Travis Hunter show another female any kind of attention. That's what she was mad about, is because her ego is involved. Whereas you don't have an ego. You're like, dude, that's LeBron. Bitches are going to throw themselves at him as long as he comes home to me at night. It is what it is. So Leanna Lene, I think her name is Leanna Lene de la Fuente or something like that. She allowed her ego to get the best of her. And here's the thing, Pearl. She knows the cameras are on her because she's with Travis Hunter. And she still couldn't help but be a bitch in that moment. She wanted to make that moment about her and not Travis. That was problem number one.
Now, problem number 2 is she initially friend zoned him. So
Yes.
I'm gonna bring up the video where she talks about this.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, so
And I've seen it, heard it, so it's not necessary.
Okay.
And I'm back making videos with my girl. You see the hell? Mine will look like that.
How did we meet? That's gonna be the number one question everybody wanna know.
Yeah. How did we meet? You wanna tell the story?
No, because I'm gonna tell all the tea.
Spill all the tea.
He was a friend.
I was in the friend
Alright, now
zone.
how did we meet, babe, for real?
What you mean how did we meet?
How did we meet, for real?
I shot myself on Instagram and she dubbed me.
And I didn't dub. I just didn't respond to him. He wasn't my type. So then I left him.
I wasn't her type.
I left him in my DMs for like 2 months. And then finally I answered him. But I didn't want to like be nothing. I just wanted to just be friends. Like we could be friends. And then after I finally answered him on Instagram, then we texted for like
A long ass.
long time.
time.
Like another 2 months. And then he was friend zone because I didn't like. He was like, "Am I friend zone?" I was like, "Yes." I was not into him. And then finally, I had to go to a friend's birthday dinner, and I didn't want to go by myself. So he was like, "Oh, I'll go with you." And then he went with me, and then we was in love.
Okay, explain this to me, Donovan. What? She's not that cute. I mean, she's not unattractive, but I'd imagine a guy like that is getting hit on by 8s, 9s, 10, like
Absolutely.
way more. What does she have that has like a hold on him to accept this behavior? Like I've seen it so many times with men where they could do better. They probably have a better option, but what do these women do that like entraps them almost?
Here's what happened. She got him in high school. Okay. He was in high school and she was in college. And we say this all the time, Pearl. You take the average 16-year-old girl and the average 16-year-old boy. The average 16-year-old girl, she'll run laps around men in terms of what she knows, how to move, blah, 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 blah. So there was already, even if she was his own age, it would already be a mismatch. The reason why Travis is still with her, among other reasons, is because she got him in high school and they've been together for 4 years. She was able to sing these lullabies and tell him what he wanted to hear. And here's the thing. Travis Hunter clearly is a man who does not have much experience with women because he got with the first quote unquote baddie who showed him attention. So when you're it's almost, and a lot of time, and I think that don't quote me on this. He might be the first girl he ever had sex with. And if she's not the first, if she's not the first, then she's not too far down the line. So what she basically did is she groomed this kid, just like Brittany Renner did with PJ Washington. Brittany Renner shot her shot at PJ Washington when he was in high school. There is a reason, Pearl, that the Brittany Renners and the Leannas of the world don't holler at guys like LeBron James or Kevin Durant. It's because those guys know the game. Those guys are in their 30s. They know the game with women. That's why these women, these Instagram models, these, these thought rockets, this is why they target guys in college and rookies, because they don't know any better. And now that there's name, image, and likeness money in college, because his best friend Shedeur Sanders drives a Lamborghini. Travis Hunter actually just bought his girlfriend a fully loaded Tesla. He's worth, I think, maybe $4 to $5 million because of the money that he's making playing college football. So the reason she was able to do this is because she got him when he was young and inexperienced, and he just doesn't know any better. Sex is like chocolate. It's like you get it. The reason why the first person we've ever had sex with is the best is because we don't have anything to compare it to. She obviously knew that Travis was inexperienced with women. She said, oh, look at this guy. This is a guy who doesn't know what his own value is. He's in high school, which isn't technically illegal. Now I know he's a 5-star recruit. Let me shoot my shot. She got him in there, hook, line, and sinker. This is why Travis keeps doubling down, because they've been together for 4 years.
Yeah, but you don't think he's cheated? And I mean, come on, being the top dog on campus and he never cheated.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about Travis or Shedeur or
No,
you're talking about he never cheated.
Yeah.
Look,
So
I
he has
don't
to know there's other choices,
He has to know there's other choices, but the only reason why he doesn't know there's other choices, Pearl, is because he's not aware of his value. He doesn't know how value. It doesn't matter that he could be having girls throwing themselves at him all day long. He thinks that this girl is the best that he can do. She has done a very good job, and we don't know what happens behind closed doors, but she's probably convinced him, I'm the best you can do, Travis. Even though he sees better looking girls on campus, she now has him manipulated to where if he even looks at another girl, she's going to give him the business. He also says, Pearl, she gets mad at him every single day. So maybe Travis has cheated, maybe he hasn't. But if I were a betting man, I would say probably not. And that would be the exception to the rule, because he's not the big man on campus, actually. His quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, is a bigger star than he is, and their coach is a bigger star than the both of them. Not that he doesn't have any other choices. He just doesn't know what his own value is. She has convinced him that she is the best that he can do.
And now we have a video of them saying their rules for relationships. I just can't. I don't understand how men can be so good at what they do. And you'll see them. They'll dominate at work. They'll dominate in every area of their life. They'll never take shit from another man. But they're afraid of their women.
Yes. And this is why we tell the crowd, well, all you need is money and looks and muscles, and women will throw themselves at you. That's true to a degree. But when you're a guy like Travis Hunter, he's a big celebrity. He's going to be a top 5 draft pick. Okay, you can have all of that, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be successful with women. It means you get more opportunities with more women. But when you become a celebrity and you don't understand how women really work, you become a target. And again, And again, he became a target to the wrong girl. And again, she has him convinced that she's the best he can do. He doesn't know any better.
That's why young conservative men become such targets. Yes. Because the church will say if you date around, you're like a bad person. And it's unfortunate that we're in, feminism's gone so far, but it's guys that don't have experience with women, they're just cooked. And I've seen it too many times when I interview the men with that have gone through divorce. Yeah. It's most of them probably have been with less than, 5, 10 women.
Probably.
Yeah.
Do you remember, Pearl? I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember when Deion Sanders had Brittany Renner come to Jackson State University? Do you remember when she went viral? I'm on campus, lock up your sons. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Travis Hunter was on that team, Pearl. The reason why Deion Sanders brought Brittany Renner to Jackson State University was to warn those players about women like her. Yeah. Unfortunately, Travis was already entrapped. And a lot of my guys in my comments, they think that Deion low-key brought Brittany Renner to Jackson State University as sort of an indirect way of saying, okay, Travis, Brittany Renner has a lot of these characteristics and personality traits that your girlfriend has, so watch out. You see where she ends up, your girl is going to end up the same way. And so that's what Deion brought her there for. Travis was on that team. Unfortunately, the message didn't get through to him.
All right, guys, we're going to watch the rules for the relationship.
Get unready with us after a game. He's annoying. Get unready with us.
She's saying, get your annoying.
She's he's annoying. And again, she's on camera. And right now, she is flexing to us. This is a flex, Pearl. She's like, okay, I've got this kid who's going to be a multi-millionaire. He's going to be a top 5 pick in the NFL. I can get away with saying he's annoying on camera and he's not going to say a damn thing.
It's so disrespectful.
Crazy, right?
Wow, say the rules we have in our relationship.
I put on deodorant. First, you gotta smell good.
Oh.
Rule number 1, smell good.
No, baby. The real rules. Since y'all think we
Real
fucking
rules?
beef at a fucking game.
See that potty mouth? Pause the video,
Baby,
Pearl,
you-
quickly.
Yeah.
They did this video right after the incident, right after that first incident.
Oh, to
That's
try
what
to
people
try to
think.
make it better.
There you go.
Oh
So
my
what's
gosh.
crazy thing, this is why I freaked out, is because we have these rules. We have to tell them. So I'm not a bitch. I'm not a bitch for giving him the cheek at the game and having an attitude. He didn't follow the rules, and that's why I got an attitude, prop. That's why I got an attitude. So this was in response to all the pullback he was getting from that game.
So glad I brought you. I was like, Donovan knows this story in and out.
I've actually got another point real quick before we
go
continue
ahead.
this. If you go back to the video where they're in matching pajamas and they're and she's telling them how they met, I want you to go back to that video. You can tell, and I'm not a body language expert, but when you've dealt with enough women for as long as I have, you pick up on this stuff almost immediately. You will notice that when she is being untruthful, she plays with her hair. She does this in every video that she does. Anytime she is lying or misleading us or leaving something out, she's stroking her hair. She'll be like, and we fell in love. And so you'll notice that when she's talking, if she's not fucking with her hair, there's an element of truth. But when she knows she's misleading the crowd or leaving out pertinent information that would lead us to the truth, she starts to play with her hair. And if you go back to that video when she talks about, well, he slid into my DMs and he wasn't really my type. She was leaving the hair alone because he wasn't really her type. Then I asked him to go to a friend's party and then we met and then we fell in love. You will see this in every video she has.
So, question.
Okay.
Obviously, there's not enough men to go around like that the women pick, right? There's only like the ones that women want. So
Right.
it would require women to date men and marry men and have children with men that aren't their type, right?
Yeah,
So
that's exactly right.
So do you think that's just part of like life for women? For not all women, because some will get a winner, but like not everyone can be for every winner, there's 5 losers, you know?
No, you're absolutely right. And if we can be objective here, Leanna is playing the game to perfection. She's playing the game to perfection. She is doing what her female firmware is telling her to do.
Right.
Latch on to the highest value guy available to me. Well, Leanna also understands that she is not going to be the only woman that is going to try to latch onto this guy. That's why she came up with these rules. And if he so much as looks at another bitch, she freaks out. This has trained Travis to basically dance for bananas. He's like, okay, I don't want to piss off my girlfriend because he says it in that video. She gets mad at me every day, so let me not look at these other girls. Then they did this. They did this video. This was her idea. Oh my God, Travis, they're really dragging me on social media. Let's come up with these rules. And that's what this is right here. The taking off of the makeup, and we got to explain our rules and this and that.
Let me pull this up.
You go. Rule number 1.
Rule number 1.
What's the rules we have in a relationship?
Rule number 1. Always talk in private if we have a problem with something.
I like how we're saying always talk in private if we have a problem, and they're talking in public.
And they're talking on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Contradiction.
That's the thing. He doesn't have the ability to tell her no.
No, he does not. He
That's
does not have the ability to tell her no because she gets mad at him all the time. He's afraid of his woman, Pearls, just like you said.
yeah.
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 No, it's not. That's not your only rule. I'm taking
Your
off the makeup.
only rule. She said that's not your only rule. Those rules are not for me, but for thee. That's literally what she just said.
No, that's not our only rule. Second rule is
Corrected herself.
we don't hug people of the opposite gender.
And we don't greet people with the opposite gender.
No, it's not that.
You can't. How on earth would he have? He's gonna have to talk to other women. Like he can't go with. There's trainers around him. There's
Groupies, fans.
yeah.
Here's how this look. Here's how this is going to end, Pearl. And you heard it here first. In today's climate, the way she has this man literally trained, when he gets to the NFL, just like you said, there are going to be times where he's going to be alone with women. I think she is going to threaten him with a false domestic violence accusation, Pearl. I think that she will literally tell him, Travis, if you talk to that cheerleader, that hot reporter, that hot personal trainer one more time, I'm going to pick up the phone, I'm going to call the cops, and I'm going to tell them that you put your hands on me. That is what she is going to do. She is the type of woman that will do that. Because what she is trying to do, see, here's the thing, Pearl. She's being lazy about the situation. What would you do if you didn't want other women to take your man? What would you do as a woman to increase the odds of your man leaving you? What would you do?
To increase the odds of him leaving, or you mean decrease?
I'm sorry, to decrease the odds of your man leaving you.
Have sex with him more? No.
Stay in shape, have sex, cook and clean, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Leanna's lazy because rather than having sex with him and cooking and cleaning, what she's doing is she's putting this guardrail around him. So in order to prevent him from being with other chicks, she's not working on herself. She's like, no, I'm going to put rules on you to make sure you don't leave me. Rather than doing the right thing, staying fit, feminine, friendly, and faithful, the hard thing to do. She's taking the easy and lazy way out, and this is why she's being outed.
Got it. Okay.
It's like if it's like
I said, food and beer works well too.
Yes, food and beer. Listen, keep your belly full, your balls empty. That's how you keep a man.
A waiter that's a female. Liana talks to her. But if it's a dude, if it's a male that's a waiter,
He talks to him. That is true.
Yeah.
But it's only if like they're rude.
Yeah.
It's not like so like if a woman were to come up to Travis and only speak to Travis and ignore me, then it's like disrespectful. Yeah. If they come and they speak to him first and then they speak to me, like it's fine. But like we don't play that. Okay, I'm only talking to him. I'm not talking to her.
You see this? Now she's making rules for him. If she comes up and talks to him, but not me, that's disrespectful to me. Right? She's not worried about Travis. She's only worrying about herself.
Oh, he's only talking to me. He's not talking to him. That's a rule in our relationship. You can go next, baby.
okay.
No, that was yours or mine.
Go next. Well, thank you for giving me permission to talk. Ay, ay, ay. Unbelievable. You can go next, baby. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's so funny.
Rule number 3, no B word.
Well, don't call each other out our name, period.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't call each other out of our name.
It's a rule now.
Yeah, it is a rule.
Okay.
My turn?
Yep.
The third, are you third or fourth? The fourth rule is we don't be alone with nobody of the opposite gender. Like, I learned this from my pastor a long time ago. My pastor was married, and he always said,
Stop the video, Pearl. This is virtue signaling, okay? What she is doing is she is saying, well, my pastor had the Mike Pence rule. What she is doing is she's trying to indirectly tell us that she is a woman of God. Well, the reason why I don't want you around other women with the door closed is because that's the way my pastor did it. This is indirect virtue signaling. In other words, she's trying to tell people that she is a woman of God. We all know that's cap.
Yeah, and if she was a woman of God, we would just feel it. Like we would just be like, "Oh, she's so nice."
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
We would just she wouldn't have to say it.
And if he had like a girl,
What? Go ahead.
What are your like just based on her body language? You can see why we're all warning her. You see how passively aggressive she is. She's ordering him around. Your turn, my turn. You can speak. Travis Hunter, it has an affliction. Travis Hunter is afflicted with a disease that a lot of American men have. They are afraid to piss their women off. Look, do not be afraid to piss your woman off. Men are afraid to piss women off because they don't know how to deal with them. I piss Devin off all the time, but I know how to deal with her when she's pissed off. Men who are afraid to piss their women off often end up henpecked just like Travis Hunter. He is doing whatever he can just to keep the peace.
Yeah, and some men really sign up for their own destruction, sadly.
Yes.
It's really unfortunate, but some guys are so stubborn, and you'll say, red flag, red flag, red flag. The whole internet's telling him all these red flags.
This is exactly what's happening. Listen, this is exactly what's happening. Travis Hunter has come out, leave my girl alone. Y'all don't know my girl. Catch this. He is going to marry her without a prenup. They already have a wedding date.
Yeah.
Okay. They're getting married in Chattanooga, Tennessee. That is not an accident. The reason why she wants to, and by the way, she booked the venue. The reason why she wants to get married in Chattanooga, Tennessee is because Tennessee divorce and alimony laws are very loose. Prenuptial agreements are regularly thrown out in the state of Tennessee. And one such stipulation for throwing out a prenuptial agreement is if it was under coercion or under duress. Stay with me here, Pearl. This is how she's going to gain control of this man's finances. Travis Hunter talks to a cheerleader reporter. She calls the cops. My husband put his hands on me. Whether he's guilty or not, it's going to be all over ESPN. Cincinnati Bengals receiver Travis Hunter being investigated for domestic violence. The NFL is shoot first, ask questions later. They're going to take him off the field immediately. Suspended for 3 games pending further investigation with no pay, right? She's going to do this 2 or 3 times to make us think that Travis Hunter is a bad guy. Then when she divorces him, she's going to go back to the state of Tennessee and she's going to tell them, well, you see, Your Honor, I signed this prenuptial agreement under duress or coercion. Well, what do you have of that? Well, there are 3 calls here, that accuses him of domestic violence. This is how she's going to do it. This is literally her plan.
So next, we kind of got the rules in there.
I want you to skip ahead to the video where he looks up at her. I don't want to take long with this.
Okay.
But there's a part in that rules video where she looks at him and she says, do your facial care, baby. And he looks down to kiss her. It is very obvious. If you, I could see it was so obvious. She did not want to kiss Travis. She pursed her lips. She backed up her head and she had her eyes open and got out of the kiss as soon as possible. This lets us know that Travis Hunter is not her type.
Let me see.
If you watch that very closely, you can see she did not want to kiss this dude.
Because the women, it's our strategy. We can't let the guys know that you're not our type. And it's the men's strategy. They have to figure out, am I actually her type or does she want my resources? Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah.
And she has told him both directly and indirectly, I'm just in it for the resources. The only person who doesn't seem to understand it or care is Travis Hunter.
Yeah, it's like men are so good at rationalizing women not liking them sometimes. I mean, men, I think over the years, red pill stuff has gotten out, so they've gotten better. But like, guys will be like, oh, she friend zoned me for years. She really likes me. I'm like, what?
Oh my God. And this just goes to show that she really does have him convinced that she's the best he can do. I can promise you, they've had these conversations. You're never going to find another girl like me. And Travis believes it because he just doesn't have the requisite experience with women to know any better.
I could get him like 10 women that look better than her lined up, ready to go.
His homeboy, Shador Sanders could, but guess what? He's not allowed to go on vacation with Shador Sanders. Yeah. They did a podcast where Shador's like, hey, we need to go on vacation, but you won't go anywhere because your girl's going to tell you what to do. She does not want him going on vacation with Shador because she knows Shador's got girls around him.
Yeah. I'm going to show you guys the kiss part that she said.
Oh, this is so obvious.
He doesn't subject himself to being alone with a female. So we don't subject to being alone with anybody of the opposite sex. So that's a rule. He doesn't be alone with any female in any room.
There it is.
Unless like the door's open or something. And I vice versa. I don't.
Here.
That's not a rule though.
It's a rule.
Because when I'm sick, I don't do that.
Girl, when have you ever not cooked when you were sick?
Yeah, you're right. My turn?
It's here, right?
Anything about it. Okay, my next rule.
Something with the passwords.
We have each other's passwords, everything.
This is it.
We don't hide. Even if we don't get on it, we know each other's passwords. To literally everything.
I don't know every password. I'll be forgetting.
You're lying. You have it in your phone.
I'll be forgetting, bro.
You forget it, but you have it. And vice versa. I have his passwords to everything. Even if I don't get on them, I have it.
I'm gonna be on this, huh?
Yeah, that's true.
I watch YouTube 24 hours a day.
But you have it. I have your passwords and you have mine.
Yeah, I know. Rule number 6 or 7.
Baby, do your skincare.
Oh, you know you.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, she did not.
He says, baby, do your skincare. And when she looks up at him, she wanted it to be just a cutesy moment. But you could see in her eye, the second she knew that he wanted to kiss her, she freaks out, her eyes open. She instinctively moves her head back and purses her lips forward. The reason why she puckered up is because she wanted to keep his face as far as humanly possible from her face. And look, we don't have to go over it here, but if you watch it in slow motion, it is as clear as day. It's crazy.
Guys, I have to tell you, me and Donovan go way back. When I first got into Red Pill, Donovan was one of the first people I met. And I thought he was overanalyzing things and that he was crazy. I don't want to say crazy, but a little bit. I was like, and it's not that, whatever. Crazy. And then guess what? He was right. Every prediction he made about couples that we would cover would be pretty much right. I can't even think of any he got wrong. And his womanese was so good where at first I thought, Donovan, we can't say anything without it meaning something else. And then I interviewed 1,000 people and I was like, Donovan's exactly right. And so it's like, if you think, because you might, because I used to think no, it's over analyzing it. What I'm telling you, he is correct. I don't know how many women you dated to get to this conclusion. I don't know how much you had to really listen to us talk. But he's reacted to like thousands of hours of footage too. I am telling you.
I'm actually traumatized. I'm actually traumatized by it. That's probably why I'm a little bit crazy. But this is why we tell men that you need to have experience on the dating market with women before you settle down with one woman. Every man knows what he wants in a woman. Fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, blah, blah, blah. We all know. We want her to cook and clean, blah, blah, blah. But there are so many men who don't understand what they don't want, and they don't understand what red flags to look for. They're so enamored with the green flags. Okay, she looks good, she's pretty, she cooks, and she has a job. Okay, but the fact that she has a job in corporate America, that's a red flag. And a lot of men these days don't really know and understand that. So while men understand what we do want in a woman, we do not understand, for whatever reason, the red flags in women. That's why I did Womanese. And it's uncomfortable, and it gets on a lot of people's nerves, and I get a lot of people in my comments, dude, you doing too much. You're overanalyzing. No, my friend. The devil is always in the details. Never forget that.
And the other thing, too, I think men, I've noticed they go through a turning point when they date a woman that seems innocent and isn't. And that's like the biggest red pill is they'll date, like, you know, it's funny. Yeah. Like
they'll meet their high school sweetheart. They'll meet their high school sweetheart. They both go to the same church, right? They love each other. They do the whole thing. Then he finds out one of his kids isn't his.
Yeah.
That is being red pilled.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
I know. And they think, people think it's rare, but it's really not. Like it's more common than, and that's the thing. Whenever there's a stat that makes women look bad, just assume it's worse. So if they're saying like a quarter of women have herpes, it's probably higher.
Probably half. Yeah, it's probably half. You remember the old middle school, high school thing. If you ask a guy how many girls he's had sex with, divide it by 3.
Yeah.
Ask a girl how many guys she's had sex with, multiply by 3. Well, you can probably take that 3 and put that in an exponent. Because if a girl says that she slept with 10 guys, it's probably 10 to the 3rd power.
Yeah. So the next part is, I guess someone came out that she used to be a stripper and had an OnlyFans.
Yes.
So this guy, House of Hypocrites, exposed
shout out to him,
his girlfriend as a stripper. So we're going to play a little bit of the video.
But this guy is awesome. This dude is country as hell. I love it.
I really don't think this information is supposed to be out here, but I got to do it. Hey, what if I told you Travis Hunter, soon-to-be wife, Liana De La Fuente, used to be a stripper out in Atlanta, Georgia?
What?
And I got proof.
Women used to be able to start over so much easier.
Oh, yeah.
It's tougher now.
The internet is forever. It is forever.
It's tough. There's cameras everywhere now. I mean, you can't.
That's exactly right.
You can't live a double life like we really used to.
Not anymore. The only way you could really get away with living a double life in this day and age is maybe moving to another country. And even then, your shit will follow you.
Even older women, when they say, oh, it wasn't like that back in the day, I'm like, bullshit.
It always
bullshit. You might have had less opportunities. You might have had less opportunities because the internet wasn't around, but bullshit. Because you raised the women of today. So where the hell did they learn it? Like, get the F out of my face.
Oh, dude, hoes raise. It's so funny. They'll say my mom was a drunk and she slept around, but me, I was little Miss Innocent. Whatever, man.
Whatever.
Oof. Your mama was a hoe, you a hoe.
Would you watch this whole video?
Sure would.
Wait.
Was trying to figure out why did she, ghost him for 2 months and then double back at the end of his high school career to give him a chance. My theory was that she seen him on national TV being the #1 recruit, Travis Hunter, that flipped from Florida State University to a HBCU. It was something that never has been done in the history of college football. Maybe she recognized, this Donkey Kong looking motherfucker gonna be rich one day. You feel me? So she doubled back and planted her seed. So within that video, I always read my comments. I'm not big enough yet that I get too many comments. You feel me? So I go in my comments and I see this.
Oh shit!
That girl used to dance at the Cheetah Gentlemen's Club in Atlanta. That should tell you everything you need to know.
Oh, listen to how
some comments that just be BS. You feel me? And you just don't pay no attention to. But this one was just too detailed and like just seemed accurate on why somebody would just randomly say this girl worked at a gentleman's club in Atlanta. You feel me? So
Do you think men will tell other men when their girl's a hoe?
Yes. Men will tell other men if their girl is a hoe. But here's the thing. The only time a girl, because we all know about the sisterhood uber alles, right? And I want to make this point here really quickly. It is a sad state of affairs that modern men will routinely break ranks to get a chance at a girl he likes. But women, this is one thing I give women. This is one thing I give women credit for. Women will close ranks. Dude, they will lie for each other. They will cheat for each other. They will do no, She absolutely was not a hoe. So never count on your female friends telling you that your girlfriend is a hoe unless she wants to get at you.
I told bro to DM me. Bro DM. And then he sent me her phone number. Now, I'm on the phone with my cousin. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm doing the story, yada, yada, yada. Oh, Gab might be, you know what I'm saying, one of them things.
Wow, she looked a lot better 5 years ago.
She did, didn't she? But you want to know why she doesn't? Here's the thing, Pearl. You want to know why she's let herself go? Because she thinks that she has secured the bag. That's why she's let herself go. She doesn't work out anymore because she now knows she's got Travis in her bag.
You always need a little fear of him cheating, a little bit.
I'm sure. Well, that's why she came up with what. But see, that's why she came up with the rules, Pearl. She came up with. That's why she came up with the rules because she's like, okay, there might be a chance that he might cheat. That's why she came up with those rules.
One of them, yeah, she was getting down in Atlanta in one of them clubs type shit. He was like, bro, if you want to figure out if the number real, put the number in Cash App. Put the number in Cash App. This is her exact number. Almost FaceTime to be like, you feel me? Just to get it like, you feel me? Oh yeah, this just got interest, man. As I'm writing and editing the video, I went to go check the goddamn Cash App using the number and the name popped up.
Oh shit.
Then I said, I just seen this same name on my Instagram looking at my stories.
Oops.
Too much coincidence. I sent you the text message saying, hey, yada, yada, yada. Do you want to leave a statement? And I strategically sent an image with my YouTube stamp on there and Instagram just so you can come find me. You can't find me with your burner account. You had a chance to be like, hey, this ain't true. Or you had the chance to just leave it the fuck alone and let a story be a story. But I might have fucked up and let you get ahead of it so you can now tell your fiance, which should be cool. But you want to see what I know and what I have. I ain't gonna release everything. But this just got interesting. Back to the video. Damn near FaceTime. But after that, I'm telling bro, hey, send me more information.
I'm still here. So, I just got to do something.
Okay.
Bro sent me a whole catalog of each bitch goddamn Instagram and phone number that worked at Cheetahs. And I'm going on that verifying it. You feel me? Just so I can cross-reference. But another thing, I had to tie her to Atlanta. So shit, I just went on Twitter, went on Facebook, just to, you know what I'm saying? Boom. She posted about, okay, I'm in Atlanta. You feel me? Shit.
Oh my gosh. The
There
digital footprint.
Never lies.
Shit kind of adding up. Another thing, man. So when I'm going through a Twitter, I'm noticing that she scrubbed, you know what I'm saying, and deleted a lot of tweets. You feel me? From that 2020, 21, late 21, you feel, era. But I'm looking through her shit, and I swear to God, bro, like, this woman is sexually deviant. You feel me? All she talk about is something sexual. And I don't know what she is. She mixed or something, but she say nigga way more than I say nigga. I swear to God. And that ain't a good look. If you gonna scrub something, man, scrub the stuff that's gonna actually make you look bad with people. You Hispanic chick, we know it. I know it. It's cool. We feel me? But the mainstream media, they ain't gonna like that shit too much. You feel me? To be fair, I shot her a text to say, hey man, let me get a statement from you. Yada, yada, yada. I'm going to do this story. And I ain't heard nothing back. So it is what it is. So, because I would have got something back, I would have told her, hey, man, you might need to go scrub your Instagram on this particular, this shit right here, because people ain't going to fare with this too well. You feel me? And honestly, just to keep it a buck, whoever you dealing with, man, you can accept anything from them. You feel me? I don't think your past matter if you with somebody that you being honest with and you give them an opportunity to make a decision if they want to deal with you or not. You feel me?
Mm.
Hoes get wifed up every day, but an honest hoe get kept. You know what I'm
Stop it
saying?
right there, bro. He said hoes get wifed up every day, but an honest hoe gets kept. Now that might not be true a lot of the time, but and I listen, what do I tell you? What do I tell you to tell? Let's just say you were married, okay? And your husband asks you, what's your body
you
count?
always say to lie. You say lie.
Lie your ass off. But if you're gonna lie your ass off, ladies, your actions have to match the number. We talked about this when we were in Florida.
Yeah.
If you have banged 77 guys and you tell your guy that you've banged 7 guys, you're not going to be. There are certain characteristics that banging 77 guys, you're not going to be able to shake. You're just not going to be able to shake. You've got to lie, but you have to be reasonable, or just not tell him at all. So I halfway agree with him. Listen, an honest hoe gets kept as long as this dude knows who and what he is dealing with and how to quell that behavior. That's the only way that works. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're fine. No, I think, what was I going to say? Sorry, blanked out for a second. Oh, the woman, Lisa Sparks, who had sex with 900 plus men, has been married 30 years.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Oh, you knew that? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. No, that's not, listen, we just talked about a fat chick who has a boyfriend who has a 6-pack. And listen, and for every Lisa Sparks who lucks out and gets married, there are going to be 1,000 Lily Phillips.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that Lily Phillips banged 100 guys. She is now world famous for that. So yeah, just because it happened once, and we say this all the time, men, we live our lives based on probabilities. Women base their decisions on possibilities. So yeah, let me go be this porn star and bang 900 plus guys. Lisa Sparks did it and she got married. So can I. No, that almost never happened.
Kim Kardashian's another one.
Kim Kardashian. Yeah, exactly.
Guys, I'm going to read the chat on the website. Tom says, we don't date black folk, Pearl. This isn't a concern for us. Why are you trying to apply logic to the decisions these people make? They get into brawls at children's birthday parties. They are not intelligent people. This is he was talking about STDs earlier.
Yeah.
Like we had there was people saying they had STDs a lot, like all but one, I think, were black. This is like watching a little kid. They just talk about it openly on TikTok. I'm like, bold move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, they do. Yes,
collectively,
they do, right?
Everyone I know since high school having sex with tens of thousands of people haven't had even one STD. Haha, Pearl can't just stand that she can't say anything bad about women while at the same time refusing to say anything bad about black people. It's like rain ain't on your wedding day, a free ride. Many people catch STDs while they are in monogamous relationships, but their partner cheats. There are those that are super promiscuous and surprised to catch it. Tom, when you already...
Probabilities versus possibilities. Yeah, listen. Mm-hmm. Yes, there are many people who are in monogamous relationships who catch STDs. There are. But just because there's a large number of them does not mean it's a large percentage of them. I catch flack from the black community all the time when I say that black women are on welfare. They're Section 8. Then they'll say, well, there are more white girls on Section 8 than black women. That's absolutely correct. But the percentage of white women on Section 8 as compared to the percentage of black women, those numbers aren't even close. So that comment, whatever. They're just
I mean, it's fine. I just read them.
Yeah, I know you trolled all the
time. $10 a month, $80 a year on the website. Look, I'll read whatever you got to say. I'll read it. I don't care.
I'm good with it.
Craig, just when I thought Pearl was a men's advocate, she admits to torturing. When did I torture her male fans? I guess I'll keep being a Pearl simp, though. She's less abusive than the other hoes. Okay. Dane McChicken is 375 calories. Richard, at least 85% of men have to simp to some degree if they ever want sex. Tom, Rod C words are actually an effective treatment for suppressing herpes, according to a book by Valerie Cooksley, Red Seaweeds. ChatGTP tells us that 23,040 calories a day will keep a 350-pound woman from losing weight. Richard, herpes is a virus. They could use bacteria something. Other than that, I don't think there's a cure. Craig, not a fun fact. Women get eating disorders much more than men. 1 out of 10 people with an eating disorder will die at some point in their life. I mean, I don't think that many women were too fat to have an eating disorder. Tom, if you ever eat fast food at all, you want to be fat. Craig, the woman can freely complain that women do all the household chores. Dane, Pearl, Dieter is on Ozempic and I am on Mounjaro, which is very similar. We were taking them for diabetes, but they have helped us lose weight. They do not make you healthy though. I just say some people are like one cheeseburger away from a heart attack. At that point, you might as well take it. Single mothers, yeah, living together is a super good idea. My theory is they are jealous that men can live together peacefully and they can't. Richard, my standards are so low, I'm embarrassed. Craig, I have higher standards since watching red pill content. You can't unsee it. Dane, so Dieter and I have both lost 100 pounds in the last few years thanks to fasting and shots. The damage from the obesity has been done. Now we're trying to save the sinking ship. For me, the knees, ankles, and hips will never be back to what it should be. But for a 53-year-old guy who stayed healthy his whole life, once you start losing your health, you'll never get it back. She's 52 and I'm 53. We've made our health better, but we have eaten better and been more active. We are in a much better place than we are. End fat acceptance. Nowhere fat is accepted the most, the funeral home, and they'll charge your family a lot for an oversized casket. Richard, fat women is the only place I draw the line. Craig, maybe this heavy girl is treating the man really well. Respect, sex, cooking, and cleaning. Maybe he had trouble finding a woman that treated him good.
Let me respond to that. Check this out. This dude is with a fat girl because A, she pays the bills, or B, he pays the bills. The guy that she is with is what we call a hobosexual. There is no way on God's green earth that a dude who looks like that would be with a woman who looks like that unless she was literally funding his lifestyle. Yeah. That's what that is one of the other reasons that she's not telling us. She's not telling us the dynamic of the relationship. I got a guy with a six-pack. Well, the guy that you have is that guy is a bum, because if he weren't a bum, then he would not be with you. It's a fake flex on her part. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. When my mama was sick, thanks to smoking and obesity, I asked her if she wanted to be cremated when she died. She said no. If they get all of this fat in the fire, they'll never get the grease fire out. For the record, I'm 6'3" tall and was 185 pounds with a 32-inch waist when I got married. Then Dieter got me fat, and no other woman would steal me away, and I'd be too fat to run away. Okay, I think that's pretty much. Dieter Snyder will tell you straight that Big Daddy Dane Snyder ain't afraid to piss her off. My job as a husband is to protect her even from herself. Been out at 35 years. Glenn says a collaboration with Donovan Sharpe is always an epic show. All right, back to the video. Sorry for the break, guys. $10 a month, $80 a year. It helps us support independent content. And, we're able to fly these guys in for in-person shows the more people we got on the website. So, help me out.
So I don't think her past is just that detrimental, but it just seemed a little off in all the telltale signs, bro.
Pearl, just real quick, I want to go back to the girl.
Okay.
To make a decision if they want to deal with you or not. You feel me? Hoes get wifed up every day, but an honest hoe get kept.
Pause it right here. You want to know why we know that this chick fucks black dudes?
The hoop earrings.
I have taught you well, young Skywalker.
And Jordan shoes.
Dude, Jordan shoes, if she smokes Newports, if she has a tit tattoo, if she has big hoop earrings, if her kids have Jordans. Oh my God. Good job,
it's funny. When the guy I dated that was black, he bought me Jordans. I never wore them outside of that relationship, but I did have them when I was dating him. But once we broke up, I'm
telling you right now, don't you wear them Jordans outside, Pearl. Don't do it.
I don't know. I don't wear them ever. It's not my style. I just don't like them.
Just check. Listen, if you want to take yourself off the market for every white guy ever, rock those Jordans and watch what happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think her past is just that detrimental, but it just seemed a little off in all the telltale signs, bro. She got the nipple piercings. She got the tattoos up on her booty cheeks. You know what I'm saying? She got tattoos everywhere. The way she present herself, you know what I'm saying? In a sexual manner when it comes to her image. You feel me? Like, even the way she be around, I seen him on like a fishing trip. I don't know who she was with, but it's just certain stuff you don't wear when you a woman of some type of class, bro. And then when I was going through her past digital trail, it was a flip, bro. Like she was a little bit more modest, you feel me, coming out of high school. But it's like after 2020, after she graduated, it was like a drastic change within her attire and her sex appeal. You feel me? So it's just it's not impossible for her to have been a dancer or whatever. It's very possible that women can shit until they take it to the grave, you feel me? Honestly, it do feel a little bit lame to try to add out her being a potential exotic dancer, because that's probably something that she was trying to keep away from the goddamn world, plus her dude. But then I ask, man, do men actually be honest with their past when it comes to their future relationships?
Hell no.
But something like that, and she being basically.
Do you think men should hide if they've ever simped? Like, never tell a future woman about if they've done something really simpy?
Yeah, I tell my guys all the time, because dude, we've all been cheated.
Yeah.
But don't broadcast that to a woman you're interested in, because we all know that women are hive-minded creatures. And when you tell a woman that you're interested in, that a woman that you were with previously was unfaithful to you, what is going to go now? She'll tell you, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that happened to you." Blah 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 blah. But what's going on in her firmware is, okay, he got cheated on. Why did he get cheated on? Is he not good in bed? Does he have bad personal hygiene? Women take their cue. Men, we don't need other men to sign off on our women. Okay, directly or indirectly, women need other women to sign off on their men. So if you tell a woman that you're dating or interested in that, yeah, I got cheated on, she's going to start to question in her mind, okay, she's bad, she's a bitch, she's a slut, whatever, but why did she cheat on him? And then she'll start to look for reasons as to, okay, now I understand why she cheated. I'm not advocating for men to lie to women. But if you were to lie to women, and
I
this is just
do.
the game,
I mean, we lie enough to men with the makeup and the plastic surgery.
I'm trying to tell you. And this is
It's
a
a
game
cold
tip.
world.
Well, this is a game tip. This is a game tip that a lot of guys like to push back on, but don't hate the player, hate the game. If a woman asks you what happened in your last relationship, tell her, well, let's just put it this way. I wasn't the best boyfriend. I wasn't the best husband. She is going to deduce in her brain, oh, this guy may have been unfaithful. And I know this sounds fucked up, and it is, but this is how fucked up modern women and feminism are. The fact that you are a cheater makes you more attractive to a future prospect than a man who was cheated on. I said it. It shouldn't be that way. It's sad and it's fucked up, but that's the way it is. So if a woman asks you what happened in your last relationship, tell her, well, I wasn't exactly the best boyfriend. Watch her attraction skyrocket. Just watch. It sucks, but it's true.
Let me see is there anything else in the rest of the video he reveals?
Well, what he does is, here's the way he confirmed indirectly that she was a stripper. She actually responded to his text message and told him that she was a bartender there. Well, if you look at the timeline, if she were a bartender at the time she worked at the strip club, she would have been over the age of 21, but she wasn't. So what she does is she confirms that she did work at the Cheetah, but that she was a bartender. But when she was there, she was underage. You can be a stripper at 18, but you cannot serve alcohol until you're 21. And that pretty much says that, yeah, I used to work at the strip club and I was a stripper.
Yeah,
Insane.
and they found an OnlyFans link too.
They found an OnlyFans link, and one of my buddies, King Life, he actually pulled up the data that shows when the OnlyFans was created. It was created back on December 6th of 2020.
She's cooked.
Incredible. She's cooked, but he might be cooked, because at this point, Travis Hunter has the internet. He's got to have people he's responding to these things. At this point, I think it's safe to assume that Travis Hunter just doesn't care about her past. Whether he believes her or not is immaterial. He's like, you know what? I'm going to ride with my girl no matter what.
It's been too long. Men are he's too invested. Yeah, it's been years.
4 years. Unfortunately, this is going to be a lesson that he has to learn rather than a lesson that he can be taught. It's unfortunate, but this is the way it is.
Yeah. There's someone I know who went through a really brutal divorce. I don't understand. He still believes in marriage and is doing it again. And I'm like, wow. Okay.
Wow. Yeah,
like, you got the kids out of it already. You're gonna, okay.
It's tough. I think in the end, Pearl, this is why we tell men that you have to, and everybody scoffs when Myron Gaines says, well, before you get in a relationship, you have to have a 50 lay count. My rule was 35-35. Before men here in 2024, if you want to increase the odds of having a good relationship with a woman, you need to be at least 35 years old and have had sex with at least 35 women. And a lot of people say, well, that shouldn't, no, 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 no. It's not you're having sex with these 35 and 50 women to find out what you want. You're going to find out very, very quickly why you shouldn't be with women. This is why men with large leg counts are much more selective with the women they spend
Yeah.
extended periods of time with because they know what to look for.
Well, and the other thing is they can get into a relationship before it, but she's most likely going to run it.
Yes.
Because they don't
100%.
pick up on the subtle manipulation tactics. Like, I don't even think we consciously, sometimes it's not even conscious to us. It's just like our nature,
Yeah, it's just on autopilot.
Yeah, so that's the challenge, because most 9 out of 10 couples you see, she runs it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
I can tell
in
you,
the future,
you and Devin, she does not run shit.
She runs my website. And I will give her that. She runs my website.
No,
But Devin,
I meant like you are in control.
I'm in complete control, and she likes it like that.
She loves it. Like, she loves you,
Of course she does. And that's the thing, man. Women want and need a strong leader. There are going to be elements of it that they don't like. And this is the problem with women, is they're only going after what they want rather than going after what they need.
Yeah.
They don't understand that what they need is going to be a little bit uncomfortable. So a girl says, I want a guy to do this, that, and I want him to be a strong leader. Okay, you're telling me that you want a strong leader and you want a guy that's masculine, but then when a man exhibits masculinity and strong leadership, you push back. That's part of the gig.
Yeah.
Part of being a submissive woman is you're going to have to understand that your man is going to make decisions that you don't necessarily agree with. You can either, and just like you said to me a couple of years back, there's no right or wrong. There's just choices and trade-offs.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for coming in. You've been really helpful today. What's your message to Travis Hunter if he sees this?
Dude, Travis. Oh my God, Travis. Dude, I don't know, man. Oh my God, I don't know. Honestly, there is no message for Travis Hunter. At this point, he has made it clear to us that he is going to go through with this. My message to Travis Hunter is, hey, we'll be here for you when you need us. We're telling you, don't go through with it. You're a grown man. You can make your own decisions. But I wish you the best. I really do. But from where we're sitting, it looks like this is going to come to a very sticky ending. Understand, Travis, it's not the end of the world. Leanna is not one in a million. She is one of a million. You can and will do better in life. That's my message to Travis.
Yeah, it's bad when Dr. Umar is warning him not to do it.
Yo,
and it wasn't a race thing. She's half black, so I think Dr. Umar would say it's, I don't know.
No, Dr. Umar does not sign off on that. He still calls her non-black. So.
Oh, really? Well, okay. Well, thank you very much, Donovan, for coming in.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah. Like the video on your way out, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.